I'm Taylor Paulin, and I go to Greenville College and I play women's basketball. So the men and women's basketball team went down to Panama a couple weeks ago, and for a lot of us it was our first time flying out of the country, but for me it was my first time flying in general. So that was really exciting, and just to go overseas was like such an incredible feeling. So we got down there and we did a lot of things during the week. Usually in the mornings we would go to different villages, and we would kind of get to know them and get to know their culture, and we had brought like toys and games and crafts and just kind of all different things in America, and we would distribute them and just kind of play with them and just let them have it after we left, so that was really fun. And then during the day we would go to different schools in Panama and teach them basketball and put on different clinics for the kids. And those were ages from like 6 years old to like 16 years old. So just day by day we just had different age groups of kids, which was awesome to do. And then at night we would actually get to play games with some of the teams in Panama. So we would play with like the University of Panama's college team, some club teams from the junior colleges, and then we played, one time we ended up playing like 30 to 40-year-old ladies who had their own kind of like club team going on. We played them like in their city park, so that was really cool to experience. And after we got done playing, we would kind of share a testimony and then explain like who we are and like what our purpose is for going down there. And yeah, so it was really cool. So last year we had made it to the big tournament, and that was just really exciting because that's the first time in school history that our team has ever done that. And we could just tell like in the beginning of the season, like we just had this attitude about us that they could just see our drive and our passion, our like wanting to work hard and just to go far. And so right off the bat you can kind of see that, and just throughout the whole process it was just an incredible feeling and sensation to just be there. And now this year we know what we need to work on and what we need to do to get to that tournament again, but this time we're thinking, okay, how can we go farther? So yeah, we're really looking forward to it. So I was coming to Greenville College as just a student, and it was my older sister who actually came here and told me that she thinks the basketball program would be a really good fit for me. So I went around like a little bit before school started. I talked to Coach Mo and just like, hey, I played in high school, like here are my positions, I don't know if you need a stash, just like really kind of like pitching it to him that I wanted to play. And so he let me on the team, and just not really knowing anything about me really, just kind of what I would tell him. And so that's just kind of how I got on the team. And then throughout that I was kind of like working my way up freshman, sophomore year, and then kind of like end of sophomore year, beginning of junior year is when I really like got a lot more playing time and I was starting. And I just feel like I worked really hard to get where I am now, and just like the rest of the team, we just all were like so hard to be where we are. And so my dream job, I ultimately want to end up overseas and just do like mission work down there, whatever country God leads me. But for now, I just really want to go into more of the like counseling area and work in the school system or in possibly a hospital, and just work with kids who need help and also don't necessarily get that help from their parents and their home life. And I just want to provide that like assistance and that love to them. So. I would really like to fly, if I could go anywhere, I'd love to fly to like Italy and Rome and Spain, because I just love the culture there and like the history behind it, and just like the artwork and just all that stuff has just really like drawn my interest, so I'd really like to see more of that. I love most about Greenville would probably have to be the people and the professors in particular, because they are just so hands-on, and they're just very personal with you, and they actually care about how you're doing, not just how you're doing in class, but just how you're doing in life as well. And they take time out of their busy lives to just be involved in what you do. And a lot of them actually come to our sporting events, and I see them a lot at games, and they just talk about it and like how, oh, you did so well, or saw that game, and it just makes me feel like, wow, they actually care about my lives outside of like academics, so which is cool. I would have to say that my older sister is my role model. I know that sounds super cheesy, but it's really not, because my sister has diabetes, and she's diagnosed when she was 9, and so through that, she's a 4.0 student, played sports all of her life. She's just gone through so much, and I just don't know how she does it, and she has such like a loving attitude and positive attitude all the time. And so I just really look up to her in that aspect. So.